Let's get going.
You have the key to the Gate of Devum. I will mark its location. This is the only way into the most ancient part of Hell. The Dark Lord will be there waiting for you.
Claimed Earth. Hell's recent invasion of Earth was stopped by the Slayer. The blood ritual of conquest was undone by the death of the Hell Priest and the death of the Icon of Sin. Cities remain largely empty, with survivors of the war having moved to safe zones and underground bunkers. Emboldened by the Slayer's triumph over the forces of evil, the battle to reclaim Earth is nearly complete, as soldiers and citizens serve equally to take back their homes. The Ark has led resistances to coordinate assaults to purge remaining demons from Earth, striking back with relentless force after Hell's failed invasion. I'm probably gonna have to take a call midstream in a bit, just letting you guys know. Cursed Prowler. Become cursed to take damage over time, being able to dash to a target. Okay, with lock on weapons. When cursed, I'll kill it. Oh. Back to it, I guess. You guys just have to chill. Savior of mankind. People of Earth have come to view the Doomslayer as a savior, a hero who fought to free their world from the clutches of Hell itself. The legend of the Slayer has been spread amongst survivors of the war, broadcast on emergency radio frequencies, and used as a symbol of resistance against the demons. Prophets proclaim to all that the Slayer has brought his war to Hell itself. The people of Earth offer their prayers for his victory. My thoughts and prayers. As they spread his sigil and raise his banner, inspired to fight back by his deeds. Bold. I like the visuals of this DLC more than the previous one. Previous one was just very like base game. This one actually feels like it has a lot more new stuff. Just got a wall there.
Caution. Doomslayer sighting confirmed. Please save and exit your workspaces.
Save and exit. What's up with who's that? Oh good. Oh good. Nice. Wait, triggering the extra life doesn't even trigger this. I can't dash, so I'm pretty fucking dead here. Oh, that was a terrible shot. Just fucking die? Oh my fucking Christ. Fucking, I'm super dead here. The stone imps and now these guys so far. Fuck off, man. Why is there... Hey boys, I'm fucking tired of this. Honestly, I just want to finish this game at this point. I don't even like really want to play this game anymore. I'm just kind of like, I'm just finishing. Fuck it. It's not that I don't sort of enjoy it, it's just that there's just been going on for so fucking long. Like, I just cannot be fucking bothered anymore. These encounters and these gimmicks and these gauntlets, and it's just a back-to-back, just repetitive fucking gameplay. Just not having the greatest of times anymore. There's this guy here too. even know what hit me, but okay. I guess it was the Mancubus of the loading tip. Curses you and then he just fucking pieces out. What a fun enemy to fight. And he's also like 3 times faster than you, so he just runs away. And you can't dash after him because, you know, he blocks your dashing. Oh man, I thought I had that. Goddamn it, heal. Look at that, he just teleports away from you, dude. Incredible game design. Super fun. It's not like he curses you and then he fights you, he just curses you and then he fucks off. And you literally cannot chase him because you don't have a dash and you can't target him with your anything, like with your rockets or anything that would make it actually kind of viable to kill him quickly. Other than sniping him with the laser. But if he just teleports away and you can't actually see him, then you can't actually do that either, so that's good. Sure glad they thought this one out. Fuck off, man. It's funny because like the first encounter, right, was like pretty chill, relatively speaking. And then they just immediately throw you into like the second encounter of this level has 2 tyrants, a manibus, sorry, the armored manibus, the curse dude, 2 knights, like 2 of the armored knight things, a few of the teleporting dudes, 3 snakes. Like, it's just the pacing of the fights in this are just so dog shit. Like, actually so bad. There's no... I understand it's supposed to be kind of a challenge DLC, but there's challenge and there's just like fucking bullshit difficulty, dude. This is definitely bullshit difficulty. Oh yeah, I forgot the Cocodemon as well. But it's just so like inane. Like playing this on higher difficulty, it's just CBT basically. I completely understand why this DLC has such mixed, and I get that a lot of people are probably gonna say like, oh, skill issue, right? And that's fair. Like that's a fair argument for saying, well, you didn't enjoy it because you're not good enough to finish, and that's fine. But I also think it's kind of a shit argument. But it's a fair argument. It's a kind of a shit one. Oh my god, dude, can you please? Like, are you immortal outside of that one thing that I need to do to kill you? Like, okay, it's not a shit argument in the sense that, like, because there's definitely people that complain about things. But it's just, like, there's just so many design things on top of the fact of the difficulty. Like, the game is already, you know, like, not an easy game, right? Like, we accept that. And there's the challenge build and everything, but it's just, like... You can't look at these, kind like, this level of bullshit and be like, oh yeah, this is totally... This was... you know, designed to feel like a fun and challenging experience as opposed to this is just a clusterfuck, good fucking luck, right? It's just piling more on top of the pile and then just being like, alright, well, this is difficult, right? Gamers like difficulty, so we were getting them difficult. What is that lock on? Dude. Oh, fucking Christ. Wow.
find a way to activate the power in this part of the city.
This part about the DLC is objectively just digging a turn. That's about it. What's the point of that?
Power restored. You should be able to continue towards the gate now. The hammers.
Good, you ran away. Listen. I think it's kind of weird as well that the he just runs away from me. Super shotgun doesn't actually work to remove. Alright, because now I don't have blood punch because I use it on 2 other things without meaning to use it on 2 other things. But now that means that you don't get to be blood punched, and then I can't kill you because you're literally mortal outside of blood punches. And I can't use the blood punch on you because you just keep fucking running away. Right. Yeah, I guess, right?
Attention to maintenance team. Please
Gate of Divum. Built eons ago by the Father, first deity of the Makers, the Gate of Divum was used to access the hidden city of Amora deep in the heart of Hell. The Father used the gate to travel into Hell and oversee Amora, keeping personal watch over the Dark City. The portal has been inactive since the Dark Lord was cast down by the Father himself. Now dormant, it requires a tremendous energy source to reactivate. When the Father willingly gave up his throne in Urdak, and with the aid of his loyal servant Semmermaker, he was deconstructed into the AI known as Vega. We already know this. In the form he obscured himself, okay, we've read this like at least 6 times already. You guys can write something else. And maintain close watch over his gracious earth. Blah blah blah. Okay, great.
Gate of Divum
Like,
operations.
pretty sure there was one on the previous level that said like almost exactly the same thing. I find it weird that the super shotty can't like blow up their armor when you target a full blast at one of the at the weak points. Me. What do we do? Not what I wanted to do, but okay. I forgot already what recharges the hammer. I feel like it's something to do with killing certain things. Or hitting things with certain things, I don't know. Trail of the Father. Our research shows us that Maker history and lore holds truths that are not consistent with passages found in Hell Priest texts, revealing the true origins of Hell and all surrounding dimensions. This revelation would explain why Hell is a single dimension that connects to all others, and why it's the oldest in existence, the first world. In the beginning, the world of Jekkad, later known as Hell, prospered under the guidance of their leader Davoth. He longed to solve the riddle of immortality for his people, an ability only he possessed. His efforts met with failure, as mortal flesh could not sustain the undying spirit. Using his unrivaled power, he crafted the Maker race to find a solution. Their machine minds working in unison. Davoth was obsessed in. This is they're retconning the story of the base game, by the way. In his efforts to eliminate death from the world of Jekkad. When the Makers discovered the secret of immortality, they deemed the knowledge too dangerous to share. For in their judgment, Davoth had come to be seen as an eventual threat to all life. The Makers acted in secret and worked quickly to seal Jekkad away, and Davoth with it. While in the records of Urdok were rewritten to hide the truth, enraged Davoth became the Dark Lord as the vengeance and hatred consumed him and his world, transforming it into hell. What was the other person? Jacob? Where is it? Jacob is this world, right? It's us. Why is this fucking guy here, dude? I have to close my code because the sun in my neck. It's just for a little bit, I guess it's fine, but make sure I don't accidentally get a sunburn playing video games. That's fucking unheard of. Huh? Good morning. First streamer's mode is off, so I didn't notice we were live. Just convoluted, but that's how I do it. Oh, it's weird because it should be on. It's just sometimes Discord doesn't pick it up. It's all good. I think it's just something wrong with like the Discord API. We'll need to try to be funny, Phil. That's fine. No, I think I'm a little grumpy. It's okay. It's not you. I think I'm just kind of fucking sick of this DLC, and I just want it to be done. And I think I also might have had some bad news about my ADHD assessment stuff, so I may have to look into another route. So I've been just kind of mulling that over, I think. Just because I'm not sure if the clinic that was maybe going to be the one that was going to do things. Get to share? Yeah, I don't mind. No, so basically I'm just waiting, like, I'm trying to transfer to another clinic and use my wait time on from the previous wait clinic because they keep pushing my diagnosis forward by like 6-month intervals, which is fucking ridiculous to begin with. And they've already done that 3 times. So then I was like, they were like, oh, you might be able to go with a different clinic and still use your wait time from this clinic, so you don't have to wait anymore, so that you can actually get help, you know, because we're incompetent. And I was like, okay, so I'll try that. So I called them and started kind of getting the process, and I've been waiting to kind of hear back from them. And today I got a message saying that they're gonna see if the wait time is actually gonna be shorter or not, or if I should continue with the current clinic, which is just not really an option anymore. If I'm gonna have to continue with that clinic, I'm just gonna go private and fucking suck up the 2,000-3,000 euro expense that's gonna be for fucking no reason. So that's been kind of that. In a similar state right now, but we can do that, but we need to return the suit. Wait. We want your needs to suit the program, so it's up to you. Say the fucking, yeah, seriously, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, and when you talk to them about it, they're like, oh, well, you know, like when I talked to them, I was like, dude, how do people, like, how are you guys allowed to keep doing that, right? Like, you keep just stalling on the diagnosis for everyone. And the person was like, well, you're not the only one struggling. And I'm like, yeah, this is not about me, you idiot. This is about, like, how bad is your system? And why is it an option that I can pay 3,000 euros and skip the queue? Like, why? How is this, like, how is this a fair system for people that need help? Like, and then you guys are gonna go, oh, you know, the suicide rates in Sweden are so high because people, it's just the cold weather, you know, like, people don't like the cold, they become sad. It's like, no, your mental health care is dog shit. That's why people fucking kill themselves. Because by the time you actually listen to them and offer them help, they're already at their last fucking strand, and then you tell them, oh, you just gotta wait 3 years for medication. And it's just like, are you fucking high? Like, are you stupid? So needless to say, I'm a little salty about that. Meanwhile, his bills are consistent, of course, yeah. At least nearly all of that is covered by insurance, yeah. So the thing is, there's like the public route here in Sweden, and there is the, the private route. The public route is the one that I'm in right now, because I was like, hey, you know what? I don't agree with, like, private medical systems. I think that's really bad in a country that, you know, sort of has universal healthcare. So I've been going that route because I don't support the private. I don't want to support the private system, but at the same time, it's been almost 2 years. And then on top of that, I was told, oh yeah, once you get your diagnosis, you still have to wait another, like, 1 to 2 years in a different queue just to get access to medication. And I'm like, are you what? Like, are you fucking stupid? So you're telling me, yes, you have a broken arm, but we can't put you in a cast until, you know, until next year. And it's like, no, but my arm's broken. It really hurts. And they're like, yeah, but, you know, this is how it is here in this country. And you're like, okay. Such a mood right now. For me, it's been like 4 months, but I can already feel the stalling. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the fucking 2-year mark, dude. It's not fun. Talk about how that really hurts. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Let's save those emotions for another setting. And then I fucking hate also because they defer, like, your frustration and say, well, everyone is suffering. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But this shouldn't be our problem. This should be, your system needs to be better, right? Like, and I understand that there's a lot of intricacies with that involved, and, you know, like, fucking public healthcare, like, governments defunding public healthcare in order to facilitate private companies from coming in and sweeping around, and that's just what the modern world is now like, and that's fucking sad as fuck, but that's the reality. But like, it still doesn't. It's just the fact that they're so unapologetic about it, and they're not even like, look, we can try to help you find an alternative. Maybe we can refer you to a different clinic. I didn't even know I could be like that. The queuing system that they have here is actually like private, or like that it's per clinic. So they don't really put you in a queue system for like countrywide medical help. There's like that one clinic. And so my doctor, the person who's supposed to be doing my diagnosis, she already deferred my diagnosis or my investigation twice. So like, and that's just to start the investigation, by the way, or like the final steps of the investigation. She already deferred it twice. And when I asked, the doctor was like, oh, it was the summer, and then, her child was, had a cold or like was sick. Like she said sick. And now I'm not going to make the assumption that it was just a cold, because maybe they got cancer or something. Maybe it was something really bad, you know what I mean? And like, it was a family crisis, sure, whatever, I understand. But then then you can take me as a patient and defer me to a different doctor. Be like, hey, this thing is happening in this doctor's life. They're not gonna be working. They're gonna be pushing all their diagnosis forward 6 months. Maybe we should put you in a different clinic, so that you can get seen faster, so that you're also not in a crisis together with the doctor, because two people in a crisis is a bad thing, right? But they don't even do that. They don't even tell you that this is happening until you call them and you go like, hey, what the fuck is going on? And they go, oh yeah, this happened. And you're like, okay, thanks for fucking telling me. Like, now, when I was expecting to be seen now, and I've already been expecting to be seen twice now. It's just...
Reschedule further testing until power has
So yeah, needless to say, the mood hasn't been the best this morning. We'll see how that goes. And also the prospects of having to spend 3K on a diagnosis is not the nicest. My psychologist has canceled me more often than my friend group does. I'm not even kidding. That sucks, dude. That's what's happening to me right now. Some planner type employees leaving the organization. So now I'm waiting for my cans to be handed over. Like, what do I need to wait? Oh, speaking of, hold up. I'm getting the call. I need to answer this. Just give me a second. Sorry. All right. Well, I'll continue the conversation another time then. But anyway, yeah. So for the other people checking maybe the VOD and so on, now you know the struggle. Now you know why I'm a little grumpy, perhaps. And I am also kind of pretty sick of this DLC. Don't get me wrong. There's also that, but no, I would say that's the main thing. That's kind of affecting my mood. So if I don't understand someone's jokes today, or if I don't seem particularly extra chatty, there's the reason there. It's been a bit of a shit morning so far. Not like awful, but just, you know, at this point, just assuming the worst, because that's just kind of been the sort of my experience, I guess. So not really the worst, so not really assuming the worst, more so just assuming the usual, which is pretty fucking shit. Trying to take it in good stride, you know, life happens. There's another one spawn. Again, please. Not even freezing them works. It's not like they just can't be stunned by their weak points, it's just they can't be fucking stunned at all. Wait. Possess something else. Just tell me it was like a pleb enemy. Is there a fucking... I don't know. God, of course there is. I need to teleport to him. At least tell me where he fucking is. Like, he's just fucking gone. We just leave the arena, just go for a fucking coffee, go take a shit or something. Fuck, bud. Hey, look at this guy. That's fucking chilling here. Cough. Jesus. Most enemies jumping in front of your projectiles. Nothing new.
Error. Gate of the room. Offline. Please reinsert authorization command for reactivation.
The Gate of Divum. The only way into the most ancient part of Hell. The Dark Lord is there, waiting for you. He will not allow the city to be overtaken. Like you, he will fight to the end.
Ooh. Final battle has begun. Using the Gate of Devon to access the Heart of Hell, the Slayer now stands before the gates of Imora, ready to face the Dark Lord. Armies now gather as the Dark Realm prepares for war. The coming conflict will decide the fate of us all. We should make the Doom guy a little thicker. He's gonna fight me in a mech? A bitch. Literally not as cool as us. I mean, that's just a regular fucking gauntlet in this game at this point, so I'm not really like, wow, no, I'm so scared. It just sounds like every other gauntlet I've watched so far in the past two DLCs. Yeah. It's our boys. The beacons were lit, boys. We got the battleships, the cruisers.
Come, brothers! Let hell tremble before our might!
More, okay, I wanted to see the codex entry, but I guess not. Translations, right, yep. Capital city of Hell. Daveth, the creator of this primal realm, came to be known as the Dark Lord after the betrayal by the race of the makers he had created. Sealed off against his will from the other dimensions, the first world known as Jekod fell into corruption and transformed over time into Hell. Once a paradise at the dawn of creation, Imora now survives as a stronghold where the Dark Lord resides. Sustained now by the essence of Hell's victims, the people of Imora experience life eternal. Regular infusions of hell energy had prevented them from transforming into demons found outside the boundaries of the city. Ancient technology defends Imora from invaders. The high walls impenetrable to those who would bring them harm, to the last of the people in this world.
If the Dark Lord is
Fuck.
defeated in ritual combat, any demon outside his realm will be destroyed.
All salvation. Dark Lord guided the hand of the Khan Maker as she directed the creation of the divinity machine. The father had saved an element of the Dark Lord before he betrayed him and went into hiding, for he was reluctant to destroy all parts of his creator. I see. This piece of the Dark Lord remained sealed within the coffins of Urdak. Knowing this, the Dark Lord guided the Khan Maker to it, and she took its discovery as a sign from a higher power. She descended from the mountains of Ankramon with the shard. I was like, with the shard she needed to power the divinity machine they had created to save all worlds. I missed it, Lauren. No, I didn't. Okay. Why are makers even here? That makes like zero fucking sense. But okay. I mean, I get that the makers and the people in hell were in cahoots by the end, but like, in the city of the makers, only these guys appeared. Only there. But again, lore, am I right? It's a DLC, who gives a shit, basically. They already retconning stuff from their own game in this, so I don't imagine they're taking that a whole lot into consideration when they're doing these. All again. Be right back. Guys, I'm gonna have to make a call. This is gonna take me a little bit while. Sorry, I'm gonna put the BRB screen, and I'll be right back in a few. I just need to make a call and deal with some real life stuff. Good. Back. I'm still gonna have to answer a call at some point because I couldn't get through. So I'll, yeah, I have to do that when that comes. But for now, I think the game crashed because, you know, it's a great game, so it's completely immune to such issues, obviously. So just give me a second. I'm gonna have to start the game. So the stream has been a very interrupted stream, but that's life sometimes. Am I right? How the game closed itself. So now we can actually do it. How'd it go? Welcome back. So yeah, no, couldn't really get the information I exactly wanted because the person didn't have it. So, but basically, I need to like call the other clinic that I'm with right now and see what they say about it. They sent them a letter about a week ago. They haven't given the information that they need to give yet. Of course, the game crashed. So I'm calling the clinic to find out if they've, you know, what they're deciding on this because they haven't contacted me because they're useless. So we'll see. We will see. We'll see. But yeah, it's honestly leaning more and more into sort of potentially having to go private because the system here is just unable to fucking give a shit about people. So more waiting, yeah. Yeah, well, I tried getting through to the clinic today. Yeah, so potentially would have to like wait another like 6 months or something, which then would mean that the current clinic, the copium promise that they made me for the third time that I would be seen in April or May, wouldn't really be relevant. So like would mean that that's faster. But then again, given the fact they've made that promise 3 times already before, or sorry, 2 times before, this is the 3rd one, that it would potentially still be better to go to the other one. We do love some good opium, yo. We live by it. What else are we gonna fucking do in this market, in this economy? About the only free thing out there. Even the healthcare isn't fucking free anymore. When you have to fucking wait for a year until you give up on waiting and then just have to do it private anyway. Before less your kilometers, you know, like all prices rising, hoping must stay decline so everyone can get as much as exactly. We'll see how it goes. I mean, obviously I'm still hoping for the best, but the best at this point is just like be seen this year publicly, but otherwise I'm just gonna fucking go the private route. And I might talk to my mom or something and see if they can help me with the costs a little bit. But that's nothing is certain yet, I guess, basically. Like I can afford the cost right now, so that, like, but it's just, you know, not being employed and spending that much money. Because it's either going to be that or going to another country in Europe to do it. because it will literally be cheaper to go to like France and do it than to do it privately in Sweden. Come here. It's true, I could do that there. That's true. I could try going to, if it's gonna be cheaper than because I think France actually had a pretty good price. My friend is doing hers there. So what will be the gain of completing this ADHD thing for me? So if they confirm it, that means I get access to medication, which has been something that so far feels like it could help a lot. Like I've had like a few different doctors basically being like, I think it would be very good for you to have access to medication, like based on their sort of professional opinions. But obviously they can't give you the diagnosis because because that's not how the system here works, right? But yeah, I remember we talked about your nephew, and that's great. Like I know that it's sort of just having access to therapy, even, like, I think would be nice. Medication, of course, would be great as well. If I can find one that works for me, and if they think that it would be good for me. And if nothing else, like even if they go like, yes, you have it, but I don't think you would benefit from medication, which I fucking honestly highly doubt. But anyway, if they were like, yeah, maybe there's something else you can do instead, at least having that knowledge would give me a diagnosis that I can then use to say, oh, I'm not just like, it's not the fact that I'm a fuck up in life, is that I have this condition and it fucking affects my performance professionally. And so I can tell work to fuck off if they go like, oh, well, no, we want you in the office now. It's like, well, no, but I have a diagnosis. That means I don't fucking have to go into this office because of this, right? Like, or, not just using any example here, but basically just finding out and giving me some extra, like, oh, what's that? You want to like complain about my performance based on something attention related when I have this diagnosis? That sounds like discrimination to me, which, by the way, I've literally had happen when a workplace, and I was told this like off the record, but it was basically they basically told me like, yeah, we had to look into firing you or like getting you sort of into
You'll need to get over those walls to continue.
what's it called, like disciplinary action, because when you told us that you had been struggling with this attention thing and motivation thing for years, it became clear to me that it wouldn't work for our team. And that's literally a perfect case. Like, that is just a slam dunk case of discrimination, workplace discrimination, for like based on health conditions, right? But at the time, I just, I didn't invest into, because I was in a pretty bad phase of the whole attention thing. Yeah, so I was just like, fuck it, yeah, whatever, good enough. It's not like I got nothing out of it. I did get some paid therapy and some other stuff, and like a decent exit package, so it wasn't all bad. Of course, I could have probably slam dunked them for a lot more than just that, but I still decided, like, the person who also told me they told me out of goodwill, like, they didn't have to tell me that, so like, or you could say that it was like also like a professional mistake of theirs to make to sort of say that. But at the same time, I gave them what they gave me. I kind of, because I knew that it would sort of trickle back to them because it would be in their, like, on their ass if I said, hey, this person told me this. That's unacceptable. And then I don't want to like jeopardize their job, because they are still like really someone who's very nice to me and like helps me out professionally, and just someone that I talk to. So I wouldn't obviously want to fuck them over from the information that they gave me, even if it was information that could have jeopardized them. But of course, I think they understood that when they gave that to me. We mentioned this morning, but this is that thing where people needed the most get shafted. Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much the idea. And it's just, there's just so much that is wrong And like I was talking to a clinic that did, because like part of my investigation has been I did like a dyslexia assessment. So I went through the assessment and they were like, okay, you don't have dyslexia, but we strongly believe that you have something that affects your attention based on these tests that we've done. And they did very much real tests, you know, like on paper, written, and sort of verbal and all that kind of stuff. And as well as just like notes that the doctor wrote about my behavior in person in terms of like my focus and my attention span and how I looked around and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, I think it's very important. And this is coming from a doctor. This is coming from a psychiatrist. Not coming from like, you know, your fucking friend in your kitchen being like, I think you're having ADHD, dude. Being like, yeah, it seems like he struggles with focus and that it would be beneficial for him to continue his ADHD assessment. So, you know, but then I asked him, sorry, I got sidetracked. That's a symptom. I got sidetracked. But basically saying like, what was the point of that story? Jesus fucking Christ, Gabriel. All right, I was like, so, because their clinic does sort of private diagnosis as well, and I was asking him, I was like, hey, like, how do you feel about that personally, right? Like, how do you feel about the fact that people can just pay to skip the queue? And I could tell that he was like, oh, I fucking, like, he was like, I fucking hate it, right? Like, he was trying to be very professional, but he was also just like a nice guy. And he was just like, yeah, it's to say the least very controversial that that's a thing. And that he was like, not all places in Sweden do this. But that's become sort of a thing in recent governments and stuff. So, yeah, so it's, kitchen table wisdom from a prof, probably. Yeah, exactly. No, it was just like, you know, even they are aware of how shit it is. But you know, he also needs. He's just doing his job, right? He's not in control of that, and the clinic that he works for and stuff like that. They do the private stuff, but and he gave me some helpful advice on like how to move forward with my own like the ADHD stuff and all that. So. Just gonna do this. Oh. What? There you go. But yeah, that's been the past few months with this fucking shit show. It's fun times for everyone. I mean, like, at the same time, right? Like, it's one of those things that obviously no place is perfect, right? Like every country's gonna have their demons, fitting when we're playing Doom. And yeah, I think that one of the biggest things I've noticed here, or like my biggest sort of criticisms with sort of Sweden as a country, has been mental health care and I think honestly, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Other things are just more the like things pertaining to sort of social culture and stuff like that that I have my observations about, but like the conflict avoidance is the other thing. But like that's much less, you know, criminal than the medical system and the privatization and the ignoring of medical facts and so on. New Zealand might be too similar. Oh, it's New Zealand, sorry. Netherlands. Although we aren't that conflict averse. Yeah, no, it's, in Netherlands, at least, you know, you're blunt. The seed of doubt. Oh shit! I forgot to fucking. Sorry, I forgot to stop the music. Uh, um, I think it's just the privatization thing is just icky as fuck, and it's more of a recent, past probably 5, 10 years, or like maybe 10 years or so, that it has started becoming a thing. Before everything was public, and now it's the good old right wing nationalism doing wonders for the rest of the world. The makers tested several Sentinel warriors of Argentinur in the divinity machine, driving them mad and destroying their souls each time. The search for the beast continued. On the eve of the Black Star during the siege of Taras Nevada, vision took hold of the Khan servant's summer maker. Thoughts of sedition had grown within the loyal chancellor, poisonous doubts that clouded his fate. The Khan maker will lead us to ruin, said, and the idea grew. Okay. Yeah, it was an interesting mix of fucking slow romantic. I forgot his name, and Ray LaMontagne, and Doom music. This is just a big old fuck you thing. This is Demonic Trooper. It's the first time we see them actually. I mean, in fight, anyways. Imorus, warrior casts defends the ancient city, keeping watch over the walls since the betrayal of their creator millennia ago. The Imperial Guard of Davos remains an honored position amongst the citizens of Imora, wielding armor and weapons forged in the fires of hate and suffering. Their loyal devotion to Davos is unwavering, having waited eons for the return of their rightful leader. Enter shit, dude. I thought they're supposed to be the defenders of the ancient city, but they're like pleb enemies. Like the literal imp equivalents. Whee! All I did was just buff them, basically. Use the hammer. The hammer will help you fight the enemies. Just fucking kidding. It's not gonna... You're gonna do it too late and it's just gonna buff them because there's an AoE attached to it. Great. Thanks, man. Bet. So like I tried to call the other clinic, and it wasn't even a busy tone. It was just like straight up disconnecting me. And then I called the other number, and they were like, "Oh, just wait. They'll get back to you." And I'm like, "Bet they're not gonna fucking. They did. I'm gonna have to call them again, like 100%. Fucking just, please, just chill." Just keep getting the wrong weapons. That is very frustrating. The thing is, this clinic, right? The reason I've been also wanting to sort of remove myself from it is because their service has been so fucking bad. Like, God bless, they're trying, but like, they're not good at their job, dude. It's painful. Like, it's actually so fucking dog shit. What do you mean by it? So like, you know when when you call up number and they just straight up disconnect you? By the way, very nice fight. Love being bounced off the arena on repeat without being able to do anything about it. Yeah, it's just straight up like disconnecting me when I call it. So their phone is just off. Possibly, yes. Which is great, right? Doing business hours, definitely how you want to treat customers or like patients potentially undergoing a crisis, right? Just amazing. Surely, yeah, exactly. Oh great, now you spawned as well, that's super cool. Let me even give it a try, see if it rings this time. Or if she just, you know, is taking a shit and forgot to unhook the phone again. No, this time's actually ringing. Pog. Rare moment. Just give me a second. She didn't answer. Bro, why didn't someone change the fucking emote name to Denodders because it's the demon one? Just give me the regular one. Oh, I think I know why they're doing that, actually. Because of the new function that they added. Possibly. Oh no, it's just someone else. That changed it, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let me just add a nickname to it. There we go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if and when they get back to me, I guess. But at least the phone is no longer unhooked, which is nice. Hope that the AoE buffs them. AoE attacks that I can't prevent from my attacks. Just end up buffing the enemy. So many fun enemy types added with this DLC. Rise of the Slayer. Samurai was blinded by the newfound conviction as, unbeknownst to him, the voice of the Dark Lord controlled and compelled him to free a stranger from his prison and bring him to the divinity machine. Samurai knew without knowing that if the machine could destroy a life, it could also empower it with blinding ability. The one who would emerge from the machine would stop the reckless Count Maker from leading his people to ruin. Convinced he was doing what must be done, Samurai reversed the polarity of the machine and gave rise to a super being who would stop the Count Maker and save them all. I do have another game lined up to play, maybe today even, which will be a game that's like a PS3 game that I was able to get my hands on from the... It's like the sequel of a game I used to play on the PS1, and it's like a really fun sort of... It's not a tower defense game, but it's almost like a tower defense game. It's hard to explain. It's like you have these straps that you sort of set up, and then you have to like combo them versus enemies basically. But the enemies are just like usually at, you know, 4 or 5 people basically. And So you just kind of go around in a sort of like an arena, and you fight these people, I guess. And it's a pretty... There's like all these sort of... There's also... It's like Japanese, so there's a lot of fan service, of course, because, you know, it's Japanese. Do I need to say anything else? And... It's, yeah, it's a pretty fun game. Sign me up. Yeah, it's called Kagero Deception. And it's the third one. I'm gonna be playing that over the next, probably. It's also within the Halloween theme, which I think fits pretty well. So I was hoping there would be maybe a panel that I could press to open that up. But if there isn't, then okay. I'll miss the secrets of acid. Final battle. Arc data entry 666. Came to be ordained by Summer's vision that the Slayer will became unstoppable. Unstoppable force of rage against all evil, but eventually he would turn on his masters and destroy the deceitful Khan once her alliance with the demons had been exposed to him. A corrupted Urdak lay in ruin, and Summer would soon be judged by the very savior he had created, just as Davith had foreseen. The Dark Lord had forged the bearer of his vengeance through those that had betrayed him. It was the ultimate revenge. Oh, I see. So we were basically a machination of the Dark Lord. His monster would now come for him, and he would have to destroy that which gave him his retribution against the Makers. Davith would not run, for he knew the beast would find him. They would do battle on sacred platforms, where the Dark Lord's minions would lie in wait and observe the outcome. We'll see if we'll actually fucking wait, though. Fuck up. You gonna fight me in that giant fucking suit? Okay, dude. Doesn't sound like a ritual fight to me. Are you just leaving? Bro. Oh wait, you're going to the arena, right? This is not the sacred grounds yet. Oh, brother. Not just fucking chill. Oh, 1 second, I'm getting a call. Whoops. Okay, so I'm back for now. Probably gonna have another call in a bit. Fun. Yeah. Let's see. Thank you for not making me fight this. Let's pick this up or what? Oh, DLC time.
You're approaching the Dark Lord Sanctum. Starting to lose my connection, though. Doomslayer, sir. I won't be able to...
What is this? Ancient gods bear witness to the Slayer and the Dark Lord in active fight of combat before the throne room of Immortal. A challenge to determine the fate of existence.
You bring violence and war to thwarts of the Dark Realm. But conflict was born in hell. It is inevitable. A fire that fuels creation and gives purpose where there is none.
Small shield. It's a very small shield. Sentinel hammer, extended days effect. Sword range, moving close. Not too close. You heal? Let me see. So when he attacks me, he heals. I kill the dog. I know. Fight. Thought I had a hammer. Fuck's sake. If I attack him any outside of that like range, I'm pretty fucked. But if I attack him before he puts his fucking shield down, I just take damage. Or like he just heals. Off, dude. He's healed to full every time. Are you fucking kidding me? I think I have the fucking ammo for the hammer. I fucked up. Render man. Stun him. Use Sentinel Hammer will kill all demons this way. Pretty sure I hit you there, but whatever. Sure. Start again. Let's see. No, not let's see. Okay. What a fun fight. It's very boring. Great, it starts from scratch. That's great. I'm like half health in per shot, basically. There we go.
For too long have I been imprisoned by my own creations. You will not stop my vengeance, nor the one who betrayed me. Tell him.
He is the first being, and my creator. When he fell, I ascended.
They lied to you, Slayer. Imora and its people would have been perfect, if not for the treachery of my servants. They sealed me away, stole my power and name. And now, the time has come for a reckoning. As all things were made by my hand, so shall they be unmade. Starting with you.
Leave the hammer charges. I don't have any. That's great. Get some hammer charges? No? Okay. No, we done, I guess. You literally need hammer charges for that. So I don't get hammer charges back. Okay. Is it just the dogs that give hammer charges, I guess? What the fucking hell is that? Bro, fuck this stupid fucking fight. It's so boring. It's just fucking running around waiting for him to fucking do things, and then he just fucking doesn't do. He's just. Oh. What a fucking dull fight. God damn it. And these assholes don't even drop the fucking hammer charges. Can you fucking do your attack yet, dude? Please, dude. Today, come on. I'm stuck, by the way. Then he just fucking heals to full because he does that bullshit right when he summons everything and I need to stop to fucking attack him. Oh my fucking god, dude. What? The lock-on system in this game is so fucking terrible. I fucking hate it. It didn't hit the back too. Oh my god. That's what I was worried about. That it wouldn't hit the back too, and it didn't. Now I just have to fight 2 boss enemies. On top of the fucking boss. Fucking attack. Oh my god, not that one, dude. Come on. I thought I had the hammer. I did. I just pressed V. Does nothing happen. That's great. Definitely what I wanted to experience there. Shit, Doomoji.
Tell me, have you nothing to say to your creator before you strike him down?
Oh, bro. God. And Omega lol.
By his hand, all things were made. Even you.
Sleep again, boys. Bench. By that logic, everything would have crumbled, but, you know, whatever. May the blood on your sword never dry, and may we never need you again. Correct, after 74717 777. Boys and girls, and non-binary fellas, we're done. We are done. I enjoy this story. The gameplay, like, I don't know. I got sick of it, honestly. I just wasn't really having a great time towards the end there. Like, it was just kind of like a chore, you know, like, because if you die, you have to start from scratch. So it became a little chorey, unfortunately, by the end. And this was after, like, this, had I done this immediately after playing the game, I would have probably been even more burnt out, because I took a break after finishing the game, because I was like, all right, you know, I get it. That's it for now. Let's take a break. And then I came back. And like after the first DLC, I was already kind of like, fuck, dude, these waves. And then I just lowered the difficulty to Ultra Violence, which is the one below Nightmare. And I didn't do that behind the screens. You guys saw me in the settings changing that. So it's nothing. There's no secret there. I just wanted to kind of finish up the story because I wanted to generally see where it went. I mean, I kind of figured that it would go where it did. So it wasn't, you know, it's not like the flop blew my mind. But it was, I just wanted to finish, you know, see it with my own eyes. So I can call it good, call it done, and then I can move on to other games, you know, instead of just having a pile of unfinished games, which I still very much have. You know, I still haven't touched Elden Ring ever since the last time I played, which was I think now roughly 2 years ago, or no, roughly a year ago now, maybe a little bit over a year ago. Actually, yeah, it's been a little bit over a year ago by now, I think. But the game itself was pretty fun. The gameplay, I don't think this DLC adds anything honestly good. I mean, it adds the hammer. Okay, it adds one good thing. It adds the hammer. The hammer is pretty fun. I wish we had access to it in the base game, because it was a fun tool to use to stun things and just kind of like, it sort of allows it to control the chaos a bit better than grenades and all the other equipment do. I do miss the sword from the base game as well. I wish we had like access to that in the DLC, because that would have been a nice way to just kind of dispatch these sort of I feel like the sword would have honestly balanced out some of these fights a bit more, because then you can just kind of really save the sword for when you need them to fight like an annoying demon with a spirit, or you can use it to fight, you know, whoever, because you only had, you could even like remove some charges from the sword so that the sword wasn't so busted, because I think it had like 3 charges, which is pretty good. They could have like cut it down to 2 or even 1, but just to give you, because the BFG, dude, I don't know, it's just not great. The BFG is fine, but given how sort of unreliable the damage is, because, you know, you'll hit walls and you'll hit flab enemies that just jump in front of the fucking projectile as you're aiming at something else, it just kind of maybe left a little to be desired. I think you just kind of end up using pretty much just 2 weapons, which is the super shotgun and the ray gun. The minigun feels like it's way too clunky to use, because it requires too much focus fire, at least in my opinion. I'm sure, you know, maybe it's even a speedrun weapon. Maybe it's great. It just didn't feel that way for me, because it often got me killed because I'm having to hold the button for too many seconds trying to aim at things, and then I have to kind of stay not in the same position, but I have to sort of stay within line of sight of enemies, so I can't like shoot and dodge like I can with the ray gun. And of course, you need to constantly be switching to the super shotgun for the ammo drops or the armor drops, otherwise you just die. So yeah, and like, you know, the hook mobility feels great, but at some point it just becomes mandatory, right? And of course, that's again, the DLC does say you need to master every weapon and blah blah blah. I just didn't really find a use for the minigun in that mastery. I found that we used for pretty much every other weapon. But again, it could be just like a playstyle preference. As far as everything else goes, the boss fight at the DLC there, neither were particularly good, to be honest. The dude with the lasers and stuff on the first DLC was you know, Samuel Hayden, was pretty mid. It was like annoying with the spirits. Like the spirits mechanic was super fucking annoying. Again, the sword there would have been really nice. And then plus the little blood makers in the arena just slowing you and doing all this other kind of shit. So I don't know, I can see why the ratings on Steam are like mixed and sort of, even I think the most recent ratings on the first DLC were actually mostly negative. And there's been no drama for like, because, you know, sometimes the company does something and then people respond by reviewing things negatively, either as a protest, or just, you know, sometimes it's just genuine good things, like valid criticism about something, like Starfield, for instance, being kind of a dog shit game. The game had some bugs, had some clunky arena things where you would sort of get stuck on things, and like inopportune teleport placement, or the really tight arena for the purple challenges, which were just really unfun, to be honest. Though that's like probably the part I liked the least about this, was just those arenas were terrible. And I know they're optional, but again, like, I like playing games and completing them. But this game kind of got me to a point where I just didn't give a shit anymore. I was just kind of like, I just want this to be over, right? I would have done the you know, the sort of the other challenge where you on the orange ones that we saw in this DLC, but I just stopped giving a shit. because you know, you're like, it's like, oh, it's going to be a harder, like a harder arena. It's going to be another wave, but like each wave is actually like 10 mini waves of just back-to-back big bosses, and that's not really enjoyable. So I don't know, maybe some people love it. I'm sure someone's gonna be like, nah, this is my favorite DLC ever, you know. But and to that person, that's great, but this is me, this is my opinion, you know. I'm allowed to have it, you're allowed to have yours. If you don't agree with me, you're welcome to fucking tell me. Probably won't really care, but you know, you're allowed to have yours. I'm not gonna tell you that you can't. But yeah, so I think we're just gonna skip this outro here, and we're gonna go with calling it quits for Doom Eternal. I think I'm gonna take a break for lunch, or wait, yeah, no, I will. I'll take a break for lunch, and then I think I'll come back with some Deception, the Kagero Deception, not the other Deception game, which yeah, I'm looking forward to sort of fucking around in, because that game is like, gives me, like, even though I didn't play that version, it gives me nostalgia because it's just such a unique concept too. Like, I don't think any other game, I was looking for sort of to see if there was sort of like, when was the last one that arrived, and how like how much when was the last one released? Is there another one being worked on? Like, are there clones available? Like, games kind of like it, and there really aren't. There are no clones of that game. There are no new titles at least announced. It's been 9 years since the last one came out. I'll probably mention all of that again when I actually start that stream, which is going to be just after lunch. But yeah, so if you want to watch that, just give me maybe like a couple of hours. Maybe I need to do some of these chores. Hopefully get that call back from this doctor that's supposed to call me, but they're probably not going to call me because that's just kind of in my experience. But anyway, that's a separate rant. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys maybe in a couple hours, and until then, take care of yourselves. Thanks for hanging out.